Okay. Hi everybody. This is Mr. Roach. He was talking in my class the last fall, and he also shared with you like some thoughts about the Arabic class, and the reason of this video that he told me something right now. He was about to leave, but I told him just stop and tell that to my students, because some of them saying that Arabic is very difficult. I cannot learn. We are writing from the right to left. So I'd like to now share that with them, Mr. Roach.
In the beginning, it was really difficult to stay with the class. When the first day when you walked in, I said to myself, I'm not going to learn anything. I said, it's a radically different culture. I've never even looked at it. I've seen it very, very limited in newspapers, on TV, and I said, I'll never be able to figure this out. The writing is different. There are different letters. I couldn't do it. And I was about ready to walk out. And I said, you know something? Why not just try it? I said, there's another ad drop period 2 weeks later. I said, if in the 2 weeks I don't like it, I'll drop it. And you made it worthwhile to stay though.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was like you were personally sharing stories about your friends, and I was like, oh well, that's pretty cool. And then you made it easier to learn. You did the slideshows, and even toward the end of the class when you did the 5-point games, and you put up on the board, you had all the different pictures and the words when you had to match it.
Yeah.
It wasn't really hard to learn it at all. It's like if you read the book, you do the homework, it's easy.
So in the beginning you said that it's really difficult,
In the beginning I looked at the book and said, what am I doing? I don't understand.
So what's the best part in the course that you taught in the last fall?
Hard to say. Pretty much after September it was absolutely like my favorite class.
Oh really?
It was, because it was a different culture I was learning about. And it was on a personal level. It wasn't like, okay, this is Aleph, and you just write it on the board and expect us to write it down 1,000 times. You actually were animated in how you did it. You cared. It's not like other teachers who would just write it on the board, expect us to learn it, and quiz us.
Thank you.
So it was informative, and Egypt night, I was just a ball. It was like walking in, I thought it was going to be just our class watching a movie with popcorn. I was like, if that's Egypt night, I was like, all right, I'm okay with popcorn. And I walked in, and it was actually it was a cultural experience. Zachariah was there, Muhammad was there. You had a movie playing, you had traditional dress. I was like, it doesn't get any better than this. It's like, from what you've learned in class, you're forcing us to use on a night.
But I know what is the best part of the Egyptian night, when I write your name and you're going.
I still have that. I still have that.
Because he came with his girlfriend, and I write their names in Arabic, in a heart, as we write that in Egypt, just
with a heart.
Their name, and he changed his picture in the Facebook using that.
Yeah, I set my picture on Facebook to that.
And I using the red color in the red pen, using that, which means like the love. Okay, so concerning the Arabic culture, this is my last question. Did you like the culture?
I loved it. It's a totally different experience. It's respectful. It's polite. It's not like the United States where everyone's rude. You learn different values. You learn how people operate differently on the other side of the globe, and it was absolutely fascinating for me.
So did the Arab guys that you met them on campus, are they representing the culture of Egypt or the culture of the Middle East? Do you see that they are representing the culture or not?
I see that they are, just how polite they are. Like in Cairo Time, the movie we watched, the guy who helps, I forget who was it? Mark is his wife is in Egypt.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Mark, yeah.
Well, his former bodyguard, whoever, seeing how polite he was with it, and telling her, no, you're not supposed to go into here. That's for men only. And seeing like how helpful he was, and then seeing Zachariah and Muhammad do the same thing, kind of. I was like, oh wow, holy crap! I was like, it is true.
Oh yeah, so what?
Stay with it.
Yeah, the skit part, you know, in which like yeah, it was fruitful for you, you know.
It was
do you enjoy
very.
that?
I really enjoyed it. It took us, honestly, you can ask Zachary, it took us about 2 hours to film a 5-minute video because we kept laughing at the idea of the scenario. We were laughing so hard. I'm sure if you looked at Muhammad's camera, we have so many retakes of it. We couldn't keep a straight face. It was a lot of fun though.
Mhm.
Looking through, in our case, we did Gaddafi and Libya.
Yeah.
Looking through how the Libyans felt, and Zachary really helped with that. Seeing what his cultural values are, and then seeing why Gaddafi violated it, and then making fun of it. It was amazing, and I'm glad I stuck with it.
You know, if you continue in Arabic, you know, studying Arabic, it will definitely open lots of doors in front of you. Especially, you know, because if you love the culture and you like to move, you know, and get a job, you know, in the Middle East, and right now the Middle East is changing, you know.
Yeah.
The people, you know, showed up for their freedom, you know, and I believe that there's gonna a lot of opportunities because, you know, a lot of places in the Middle East needs to be built, you know, by experiences, you know, by companies from all over the world. So, you know, if you continue like studying Arabic, if you think you like moving to, you know, to live there, to work there, because I believe in traveling, you know, you get more money while you leave the country you're born in. Okay, thank you very much. You know,
You're welcome.
just last word for the audience. What are you going to tell them?
Tamam.
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 Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay. Oh my God.